President Trump says he is very confident there will be a coronavirus vaccine by the end of the year. He appeared at the Lincoln Memorial last night on a Fox News virtual town hall as he defended his handling of the pandemic. He also sharply increased his estimated death toll in the U.S. Paula Reid reports from the White House.
Last week, President Trump said up to 70,000 Americans could die from the coronavirus, but last night he increased that estimate.
We're going to lose anywhere from 75, 80 to 100,000 people. That's a horrible thing.
His top health officials say the number could actually be up to 2.5 times that.
Our projections have always been between 100 and 240,000 American lives lost, and that's with full mitigation and us learning from each other of how to social distance.
But the president is still pushing to reopen the country.
Are you going to urge the nation's universities and schools to go back in September?
I am. I want them to go back. We have to get our country back.
The president says the timeline for each state to reopen will be different, but he suggested some states were even taking too long.
Certain states are going to have to take a little more time in getting open. And they're doing that. Some states, I think, frankly, aren't going fast enough.
Seated at the Lincoln Memorial, Mr. Trump was asked if he was bringing the country together.
I think that winning ultimately is going to bring this country together. I'm shocked that during a crisis it would be so partisan.
But he took no responsibility for the divide, blaming Democrats instead.
The Democrats, the radical left, whatever you want, would rather see people, I'm going to be very nice, I'm not going to say die. I'm going to say would rather see people not get well.
We are not partisan combatants. We are human beings.
Over the weekend, a call for unity came from former President George W. Bush in a video message.
Let us remember how small our differences are in the face of this shared threat.
President Trump took issue with the former president's statements and lashed out at his silence during impeachment. With the number of deaths rising and more Americans losing their jobs, the president is once again laying the blame on China.
My opinion is they made a mistake. They tried to cover it. They tried to put it out. It's like a fire. You know, it's really like trying to put out a fire. They couldn't put out the fire.
President Trump has previously praised China's handling of this outbreak, and these new claims about transparency come amid increased criticism of the Trump administration's handling of this pandemic. Over the weekend, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo claimed that China tried to conceal the extent of this outbreak while stockpiling medical supplies. Last night, President Trump said there will be a very conclusive report from the U.S. about the origins of this virus. Gail.
That's very disturbing information. Thank you, Paula.